Imagine having your property taken away due to a law you were unaware of. That's what one group of cabin owners says is happening in one Wabash Valley town. News 10 Bureau Chief Gary Bryan tells us why these property owners are being told to get out.
A handful of residents here in Shoals have owned cabins along the White River for years now. In that time, they say they've had no indication of any problems or that they were breaking any laws. However, now they're being told they have to get out. Ted OSHA recently retired from years of work at the post office. The Vietnam vet gave a little of that retirement to his daughter and granddaughter. The rest of the money went to pay for this cabin.
I wanted to move out of Lafayette and go somewhere where I could fish or, nice little place and quiet.
OSHA calls the cabin his little piece of heaven. Unfortunately, just months after buying the cabin, his little slice of heaven quickly came crashing down thanks to a letter
saying that I was in violation of all these ordinances it had and everything, and that I had, if I didn't send the appeal letter, I had 30 days to show them that I was tearing this structure down.
OSHA and his neighbors received a letter from the Indiana Department of Natural Resources. The DNR says the cabin owners are in violation of the Flood Control Act, a law that was passed in the 1980s, well before any of the current cabin owners had purchased land.
Because I built the cabin upriver here, and the guy stopped in for the septic inspection from Hoosier Uplands. The local game conservation officers were there when I was building it. Stopped in several times, and nobody ever mentioned anything about any laws, permitting, floodway. Never heard anything about a floodway till 2 years ago.
The letter says the cabins are in the floodway. It also says if the cabin owners don't comply, they could face an initial $1,000 fine, followed by $500 daily.
I feel bad for Ted. It's a bad situation. I mean, who wants to kick a veteran out of the house? I mean, it's not right. And there's so many other violators in the state.
If I had to tear this down, then I would basically be a homeless 70-year-old man. There's no justice in that.
At the top of the hour, I'll have what the cabin owners are doing to try to keep their property. In Shoals, Gary Bryan, News 10.